Welcome, ladies and gents, and Rocketeers, and everybody else. Welcome to Space Engineers. Yes, I'm doing this video because I love this game so much. I've been fantasizing about this game before I even got my computer, so finally here to show it to you, because I've played a lot of this game. Didn't build this ship, but yeah, that's the point of this game. Build ships and stuff. Build things in space. It's pretty fun. You have a jetpack, and, you know, actually let me hit tab. And ta-da! All this stuff. I'm not gonna go too in depth because there's a lot of in depth, but this game is insane. It's just so good. And let me demonstrate one of the amazing things by grabbing one of these ships that you start with on this quick start world. And I might have to show you survival mode later, but I don't know. This game is on Steam Early Access. It's not fully out. There's still lots of features to be added, still things that are broken, and stuff that needs to be fixed. So that's something to note. But yeah, as you can see, I'm flying this ship. Pretty cool. Let me get in the one that actually has weapons, because I know you want to see weapons. I want to see weapons, because I like weapons. Weapons are explodey and fiery and deathy. Sort of-ish. But it's fun, so, you know. You hit G to equip your tools and weapons. If you're on foot, you use this to equip blocks and weapons and tools. Basically just adding blocks. So you have your machine guns currently in the game that don't do much damage to big ships like this. Then you have your rockets, which do a lot more damage, but this is all physically simulated too, which I think is the best part about this game. It's so cool. And if I pull back for a nice little run up, I'll be right back. I'm coming in! Ah, I'm out of control! Oh, come on. Retake! Retaking! And the cockpit broke, so I was thrown out. Where am I? I think... Oh, okay. But yeah, this is the hole my ship made. And there's what's left of my ship. It didn't do that much, but, you know, valiant effort. Valiant effort. He tried hard. He served in the military. Not really. I don't know. But, yeah. And I can also fly this huge ship, but I do need to add some things first, and probably I should explain this first before I move on. Yeah, you hit G, and you see all your blocks. You got all this stuff to build with. Most of these are just blocks, but there are a few, like these down here, that actually do stuff. You control from a cockpit, so, you know, you drive. Thrusters and large thrusters, you know, they let you move. You have to have one going every single direction. My very first ship I built in this game, I forgot front thrusters on my ship. So basically, I started moving, and I couldn't stop it. So that was a problem. Yeah, I was, yeah. Gyroscopes, they let you steer your ship. I also forgot those are my first ship, because I has been a noob. Small reactors and large reactors, they power your ship. Gravity generators create gravity. The reason I have my jetpack off here is because this thing right here is a gravity generator, keeping me on the ground so I can sprint around and have fun. And let's see, we have rotors which spin around, landing gear that lets you magnetically lock onto surfaces. We have conveyors which move things from one thing to another, mostly uses survival mode, you know, from, yeah. Containers that carry things, refineries that, this is survival mode stuff, but basically you use this to refine your ores that you mine from asteroids, sort of over here. You have assemblers which assemble the stuff, and we have medical rooms that do medical things. They heal you. Lights light things up, spotlights light things up more. That doesn't do anything. That's what you see here that has that thing, so if I can see that from anywhere in the world. So that's really nice. And then we have ore detectors that let you see ore inside these things, so you're not just blind. Gatling guns, rocket launchers, drills that let you drill in with ships, because you do have a handheld drill, but it's a lot more efficient to use this. And then an assortment of turrets that don't work yet, and a warhead, which does work right now. And, yeah. So that's that. But, so, This ship starts with barely any gyroscopes, and I know this since I've flown this ship before. So basically, whenever you start this game up, if you're going to buy this, which I heartily recommend because this is a great game, if you're going to fly this ship from the get-go, I recommend adding lots of these. And I think this is also the best thing I like. Another thing I really like about this game, the building. It's pretty simple, sort of Minecrafty, but it's really nice that you can drag out lines. Like this is like having world edit, but without having world edit. So, you know, a lot easier. To get into things, you just hit T. It's kind of weird controls. You're going to have to get used to them. But you see, I'm in the ship now. And if I start moving, and I can move my mouse around. That does that. Q and E, spin my ship around, and whoops. Goodbye, little ship, goodbye. And that's steering in a nutshell. And there's ramming, it doesn't do much. Oops! Nobody saw that, nobody sues. But, yeah. So this game is just good. It seems kind of simple. And it sort of is, but the thing is, there's no limit to how big your ships can be. It's not like this is the biggest it can be. You can make one that's like a huge floating city with all this stuff in it. And it's just really cool. And I really like it. I've seen people make things like Rock'em Sock'em robots in this game, along with Robot Wars, the British TV series, and like made their own robots from Robot Wars and stuff. I'm not that good at the game yet. I can just sort of show you some of the simpler things. Yeah, I did wreck this place, didn't I? Oh, as you can see, the gravity generator's a bit on its side since I hit it, and so the gravity's slanted. That's gonna be fun. But, I guess I'll be back once I figure something out to make, I guess. Alright. I'll just make a small ship like this one here. Alright, to make a small ship, you hit G. You click New Small Ship, and you get this. It used to not do this. This is pretty recent, but it makes you add a landing gear first, so you can lock it to the floor before you start. Because if you push something, it moves. So I've had many occasions, especially, it's really bad in survival mode if you do this, where I ran into a ship and it started floating away and there's no way to stop it, and you can't, and it's really hard to build on, and yeah, it's kind of bad. But anyways, this kind of fixes it, but I do have it still happened to me one time because I suck. Yeah, so I'm just gonna make sort of simple-ish thing. It shall be the cuboid of longness. I don't know. You add your stuff. Oh, you see, it's not turned right. Well, a handy-dandy thingamabob in the corner that I can't point to tells you what things do what for rotating. It's pretty useful, but it's kind of difficult to use at the same time. And it's close enough. What happened? Wow. Whoa. Oh. Whoa. Yeah, it's weird to use and sort of annoying. But, you know, maybe they'll fix it. They'll probably fix it. This is a very reliable company. They're a very nice company. Screw it. Sideways Cockpit, New Revolution. And also, I'm doing this after one of the most recent updates that kind of broke this game. I can demonstrate with this ship before I continue building this one. You used to be able to build thrusters wherever you wanted, and it wasn't a big deal. Now, and if you hit V, you change the camera. So if you don't like first person, which I understand a lot of people don't like, you can fix that. But there are thrusters on the bottom of the ship. If I hit C, I start lowering. Now, if I get closer and see, I'm starting to burn into the floor, and if I hit P to lock my landing gear in, and then try to go up, I burn a hole straight through the floor. That happens with engines, and pretty much everything else in the game. So, everyone's engine rooms in their big ships got broken recently, and I concur, because I build a lot of very compact ships, and it made me sad. But you deal with what you got to deal with, and I guess it's more realistic, blah, blah, blah. I'm sad. I'm just sad. Yeah. Oh. Oops. It's opposite to Minecraft, how things break, and I've played too much Minecraft, and I'm not used to it yet. I think one bad thing about doing this on a laptop, I feel like I want to tear my hair out. Blah 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 blah. Let's just mess around with this because I'm bored. Yeah, this is mining. Oh, yeah. You have to quit this, cause yeah. And then look, you mine, and it's all realistic and stuff. It's cool. See, and if I check that, there'll be stuff in it. Stuff, beautiful, beautiful stuff. I like stuff. Stuff is fun. I like stuff. Having stuff is a good thing to have. Now, you see what I've done here is I've dug around this area of rock, and I am now stuck. So I have to back out, cut this bit off, and continue on my merry way of messy, messy rock and everything. What's worse is when you're doing this by hand with a hand drill, the rocks don't automatically go into the drill, or go into your inventory. You have to pick them up. Like these little particle effects you see would actually be actual rocks you need to pick up. And it's very, very annoying. Very, very annoying. And it seems I broke the cockpit, because I'm a genius. But if I check these, you can see that there'll be rocks in it. Engage the cockpit plopping. Cockpit exist. The rotating doesn't work all the time, and it's kind of annoying. And I just want to place a cockpit. Let me place a cockpit. I require the pit of that spiraled out of control. Just let me place it. Just let me place it. Fine. I'll just, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll get this friend. You know why he's my friend? He explodes. But you didn't know that. Oh, assault rifle. You know, assault rifle. Pew 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 and all that. It does block damage. And when you don't have your jetpack on, there's no kickback. So, I don't know. This isn't a game for combat, it's a game about building. And blowing stuff up. I like the blowing stuff up bit. Well, goodbye! That should make a big enough hole. I'm a bit evil. You all will die. Die. Yeah. I'm the best at making things explode. And pie. 'Cause pie. But yeah, you see there's stone in here, and that's cool. So I can put that in my inventory with the weird sort of inventory thing it has. And I think this is another cool thing about this game. Inventory, it's not like, things actually have weight. So if you drop stone on the ground, there's a gravity well. So it actually stands there and it rolls. And people have used this so they can make, because ships don't have any gravity, but people will put rocks in their ship to make them have gravity, which I think is really cool. And I've kind of ruined this, so I might go to a new world and probably show you survival a bit. I'll probably go on survival world. I'm already on. Be back for that. Hello, I'm back, and I'm on my survival world, and something bad kind of happened. This is where my mining ship is. Bad things happened because I forgot that all my thrusters were facing in at each other, and things kind of broke a little. Yeah. Well, at least I can sort of salvage this. I mean, I only broke a few engines and some things and some stuff, and I'm sad, and things blocks are hard to get in survival mode, like really hard to get. That took me so long, and I'll show you why. I mean, it's a mechanic that makes sense and makes this game sort of realistic nature. I'm playing on this. Most of the point of this game is like, ooh, scenarios. So you start in all these scenarios. Like this one's a crash red ship, and I've kind of butchered it for its parts, and I don't feel guilty. But yeah, so you have your thingy that makes stuff. Like the way, I guess I'll just demonstrate here. You have the tools, like you have your drill that drills stuff. You have your grinder that grinds stuff. And here's what it does. When you destroy a block, you don't destroy it. You have to take it apart. So I'm grinding it, as you see, and it's slowly coming apart. You have to do this for everything you take apart and everything you build, because here's the welder. If I put down another light armor block where I just destroyed that and started welding at it, I put the components in that I sort of just took out, and then I start welding it back together. And I mean, I understand why they did this. It makes sense, but it's just so time-consuming, so boring. I just wish there's a better way. Because I'm on 10 times realism, I played a survival world with realistic on, and it would take about a minute to break one of these. And place one again. That took me about 5 seconds. On realistic, it takes a minute. This game is insane on realistic. I don't understand how people stay sane. And I nearly went insane playing realistic, so, you know, it's kinda bad. So, right now, I'm kind of thinking about going back down there to fix my ship, or break off the parts that I can, get the cockpit and stuff. But okay, I need to show you the interface. Down here in the bottom, you have my health, which is, let me just hit I. I can't do it. Anyways, it's that thing at the top of the bar, that thing and stuff. Great job explaining me. Yeah, it's a thing that says 100%. If you're in a cockpit and it breaks, you die. If you hit something too hard, you get hurt or potentially die. You start dying if you run out of energy, which runs your life support in your suit. And it's not like survival mode where you need food and water and stuff like that. All you need to do is keep up that energy by powering reactors and stuff. This is my big reactor in this ship. And let me just break this. I'll be right back. I is backeth. Anyways, yeah, there's uranium in here and it slowly gets used up by the reactor to make power. And that's sort of the story. They did just add solar panels, and I haven't added that to this world yet. But I'll show you my space base I'm building on this asteroid. This is my space base. Oh, and gravity sideways because of this ship's gravity generator. And it wouldn't let me build the space station level with this ship. For some odd reason which I don't understand. This game's weird. But, yeah, you know, you use up that, and they're solar panels and they're free to use, but they use up more resources to make. And that's generally the story. That's kind of just this game. Well, the survival mode in a nutshell. And, I mean, it's fun. It is really fun, but it needs some work. It needs more stuff to do to add to the survival mode, because a lot of this game is mining in survival mode, because you have to get lots of resources, then you have to wait for it. As you can see, I'm continuously refining stuff in here, and stuff like that, and it took me about an hour to build that tiny ship. An hour to get all the resources to build that ship. Imagine building a ship of this scale that you start on in survival mode with one person. Yeah. But it's fun. It's really fun, and it's going to be fun for those of you who are really, really creative and have lots of ideas for this game. And I don't exactly, because I can't think of anything to do, really. I've had a few ideas, but nothing really that sticks out to me. But this is a really fun game, and you should go out and buy this game, like, right this very second. Seriously. I bought this game for full price. You shouldn't wait for it to go on sale, because it's an early access game, and it's not going to go on sale for a long time. And this game's just too good. It's got its problems, I'll admit. It's got some issues that need to be resolved, but this is all early access. This is all alpha stuff. And I'll be covering this game a lot. I'll be playing, I have a multiplayer thing I'm going to do with Stu, definitely. We've been playing some survival together. That's always fun. And there's just so much you can do. Like, imagine, like, currently there's multiplayer, but when they add real servers, imagine just building a giant ship, a giant military ship, and just putting a fleet in it, and having your friends and other people on the server, like, manning that fleet, and having huge battles, and have the turrets attacking stuff, and this game is going to be very, very big, as you can see. This game is going to be amazing. And if I had another person, I'd demonstrate the fact that it's very, very smooth too. I could just stand here and just watch stuff while my friend is flying this ship with no problems. Like, it's not like I'll start bumping against this wall or anything. It's fine. It's insanely well made. It's really fun. It's pretty nice looking. It's not too hard on the old machine. I'm running at full capacity with everything turned up on my machine, which honestly is pretty good, but I have a friend who has like a 4 gigabyte one, and his runs at about 20 FPS on fairly, like, medium settings, without recording or anything. So, like, actually I think it's 3 gigabytes, so just get this game. It's so good. I just love it, and I know I probably haven't done the best job of showing it off, because I haven't. Oh, and this is a storage crate. You store stuff in it. But it's really fun. Just really fun. There's not much else I can say about this game, really. And as I take apart all these bits that used to be attached to this hunk of metal, I bid you all farewell, Rocketeers of the internet. And hope you get this game, because I love this game, and I support this game. Oh. Before I go, check out Last Stand Gamer's channel. He is a lot bigger than me. Like, he has thousands of subscribers. But, like, he does a lot of coverages of this game. He does, like, a video daily on this game. And he's always making new creations, covering new content. So, go to him for all of that stuff, and I'll probably link it in the description if I remember. So, Rocketeers, enjoy this game, and I bid you all farewell. Goodbye!